জাতীয় সংসদ passes Finance Bill 2026. Government wants to build Bangladesh's economy on new foundation, this budget for better living, says Leader of the House, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman in সংসদ. Letters sent to 13 countries seeking legal assistance to bring back money siphoned abroad, Prime Minister informs সংসদ. Prime Minister urges students to plant a sapling every year, launching tree plantation campaign for students at secondary schools countrywide. Ekushe Padak winner, eminent cultural personality Mustafa Monowar passes away. President and Prime Minister express deep sorrow and condolences. Information and Broadcasting Minister also expresses grief. Bangla QR code to be rolled out nationwide from July the 1st to speed up creation of smart economy. Iran and the United States agree to stop retaliatory attacks and meet in Qatar tomorrow over Hormuz issue. And in the FIFA World Cup knockout stage, Japan to face Brazil at 11 p.m. tonight. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to News at 10. Those were the headlines. I'm Mahmoud Rahman. Let's move on now to the details. Jatiyo সংসদ today passed the Finance Bill 2026 with a good number of significant changes, including raising the income tax-free ceiling for individual taxpayers and withdrawing the proposed provision on the disclosure of investments. Finance Minister Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chaudhry moved the bill, which was passed by voice vote. Following requests made by the Prime Minister during his budget discussion speech, the Finance Minister revised several proposals in the national budget, including increasing the income tax-free threshold for individual taxpayers over the next 5 fiscal years. Under the revised proposal, the tax-free threshold has been set at 4 lakh taka for fiscal year 26-27, fiscal year 27-28, 4,50,000 taka for fiscal year 2028-29 and fiscal year 29-30, and 5 lakh taka for 2030-31 fiscal year. The Minister also withdrew the proposed provision on the disclosure of investments, which had triggered public concern and misunderstanding. He said the proposal had been intended to protect taxpayers from complications arising because many land transactions are registered at Mosa values rather than actual market prices. However, respecting public opinion, the government decided to withdraw the provision. The Finance Minister proposed reducing the income tax rate for private universities from the existing 10% to 5%. He also expanded tax exemptions for indigenous communities in both the 3 hill districts and the plains by proposing that salary income, in addition to income from business, agriculture and other economic activities, be exempt from tax. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has described the proposed national budget for 2026-27 fiscal as a life-centric one, which focus providing at least some relief and comfort to people from all walks of life. The Prime Minister expressed this view while taking part in the general discussion on the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026-27 in Parliament today. Describing the budget as one of the most important instruments of state policy, Tariq Rahman said the government had made every effort to place a realistic and practical budget before Parliament. Highlighting the budget's consumer-friendly measures, the Prime Minister said tariffs and duties on 61 essential commodities were withdrawn. He urged lawmakers across party lines to view the proposed budget as a roadmap for nation rebuilding, saying the government is committed to fostering an inclusive economy, equitable development and a dignified life for all citizens. The Prime Minister called for cooperation inside and outside Parliament on constitutional reforms and other nationally important issues, including initiatives linked to the proposed July Charter. He said the government is committed to rebuilding an economy weakened by years of corruption, irregularities and mismanagement. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman proposed raising the income tax-free threshold for individual taxpayers over the next 5 fiscal years and urged the Finance Minister to withdraw several controversial provisions in the proposed national budget in response to public concerns.
বিভিন্ন অর্থনৈতিক সংকট, দুর্নীতি, পাচার সবকিছুকে সামনে রেখেই এই বাজেট আমাদেরকে প্রণয়ন করতে হয়েছে। মাননীয় স্পিকার, যে আস্থা মানুষ আমাদের উপরে রেখেছে সেই আস্থা বা দায়িত্ব রক্ষা করা, পালন করা আমাদের পবিত্র দায়িত্ব এবং দেশের স্বার্থ রক্ষায় আমাদের প্রথম দর্শন হলো সবার আগে বাংলাদেশ। দেশের স্বার্থ রক্ষায় যেমন আমাদের দর্শন সবার আগে বাংলাদেশ, দেশের জনগণের স্বার্থ রক্ষায় আমাদের দর্শন হলো সবার জন্য বাংলাদেশ। এবং এর পাশাপাশি জনগণ একটি ন্যায়ভিত্তিক রাষ্ট্র চায়। মাননীয় স্পিকার, এটি একটি মানুষের চাওয়া। এখন স্বচ্ছ এবং জবাবদিহিমূলক সরকার এবং প্রশাসন চায়। বর্তমান সরকার জনগণের সেই আকাঙ্ক্ষা পূরণে আমি মনে করি শুধু বর্তমান সরকারে নয়, বরং আমি মনে করি এই পুরা সংসদ জনগণের সেই আকাঙ্ক্ষা পূরণে একসাথে থেকে কাজ করতে অঙ্গীকারবদ্ধ। মাননীয় স্পিকার, আমি এই মহান সংসদের সকল সদস্যকে, আমার দলের সংসদ সদস্য এবং উইথ রেসপেক্ট বিরোধী দলের সকল সংসদ সদস্যকে আহ্বান জানিয়ে বলতে চাই, এই বাজেট শুধু সরকারের বাজেট হিসেবে নয়। আসুন আমরা সকলে এই বাজেটকে একটি জাতি পুনর্গঠনের বাজেট হিসেবে দেখার চেষ্টা করি। দেশের অর্থনীতি পুনরুদ্ধার, জনগণের কষ্ট লাঘব, আর্থিক খাতে শৃঙ্খলা প্রতিষ্ঠা, আস্থা ফেরানো, কৃষক, শ্রমিক, তরুণ, নারী, প্রবাসী উদ্যোক্তাদের জন্য সৃষ্টি তৈরি এবং গণতান্ত্রিক প্রতিষ্ঠান শক্তিশালী করার প্রশ্নে আমরা সকলে ইনশাল্লাহ ঐক্যবদ্ধ থাকব। এই বাংলাদেশে যাতে আর কোনো ফ্যাসিবাদ স্বৈরাচার কায়েম হতে না পারে, এই বাংলাদেশকে যাতে আর কেউ তাদের তাবেদার রাষ্ট্র বানাতে না পারে, এই হোক আমাদের আজকের প্রত্যয়।
Leader of the opposition, Dr. Mohammad Shafiqur Rahman, said the main obstacle in implementing budget in the society is corruption. He said this in his concluding speech on proposed budget of fiscal 2026-27 at Jatiyo সংসদ today. Earlier, sitting of the House started with Speaker Major Retired Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram in the chair. At the beginning of the session schedule, question and answer of the day were placed on table. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was present during the session. In his general discussion on the proposed budget, Leader of the Opposition said budget will be proved just when marginal people will be included in the budget, giving necessary importance. He said currently there is no quality research going on in universities and there is also lack of funds. He urged the government to allocate special fund for education sector. He also urged the government to appoint proper manpower and set up infrastructure in health sector. Meanwhile, in his concluding speech on the proposed budget, Finance Minister Amir Khosru Mahmood Choudhury said the proposed budget is a blueprint of building prosperous Bangladesh. The Finance Minister said inflation will reduce gradually as the government has taken various steps in this regard. The Finance Minister said the goal of NBR to collect revenue has surpassed 4 lakh crore taka for the first time. Later, Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal adjourned the House till 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman said his government intends to integrate sports, culture and innovation into the education system to make the students worthy citizens of the country and cope with the technology-driven world. He said this at a national startup, science project and innovation idea showcasing at Bangladesh-China Friendship International Conference Centre in the capital today. Prime Minister's wife, Dr. Zubaida Rahman, was present. The Prime Minister said the government is committed to preparing the country's future generation. That is why government has decided to introduce several additional foreign languages, including English as third language options from grade 6 through grade 12. Government wants students to learn languages that will allow them to communicate confidently both at home and abroad. Government also wants to foster innovation alongside language education, he said. The Prime Minister said the government also plans to include a wider range of sports in the school curriculum.
যাদের মধ্যে এরকম মেধা আছে, ওই মাঠের মধ্যে যাদেরকে আমি দেখে এসেছি খেলতে, আমার কাছে মনে হচ্ছে ইয়েস, বাংলাদেশের গেম চেঞ্জার হচ্ছে তোমরা। বাংলাদেশের গেম চেঞ্জার আমার সামনে বসে আছে। আমরা চাই আমাদের কোন একটা কাজের আউটপুট থাকতে হবে, যেটা ভবিষ্যৎ বাংলাদেশকে গড়ে তুলবে, যেটা ভবিষ্যৎ বাংলাদেশকে সামনে টেনে নিয়ে যাবে, যেটা ভবিষ্যৎ বাংলাদেশকে অন্যান্য সব দেশের সাথে কম্পিটিশনে এগিয়ে রাখবে। যে ভবিষ্যৎ পৃথিবীতে তোমরা নেতৃত্ব দিবে।
Education Minister Dr. A.N.M. Ehsanul Haq Milon, Prime Minister's Education Advisor Mahdi Amin and Secondary and Higher Education Division Secretary Abdul Khalik spoke on the occasion. Director General of the Directorate of Secondary and Higher Education, Professor Dr. Khan Mainuddin Al Mahmood Sohail, delivered the welcome address. The Prime Minister and his spouse, Dr. Zubaydah Rahman, presented each winning student team with a Taka 20,000 cheque, medals and certificates, while the winning teachers received Taka 30,000 cheques and certificates. Earlier, he launched a nationwide tree plantation campaign for secondary level educational institutions across the country. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman called upon the people to develop the habit of planting at least one tree every year during the monsoon season, saying that observing a single commemorative day is not enough to fulfill environmental responsibilities. Later, the Prime Minister also inaugurated the National Startup, Science Project and Innovative Ideas exhibition. He visited various science projects, startup initiatives and innovative ideas of students participating in the exhibition. The Prime Minister praised the creativity and innovative thinking of the students and assured the government's full support to further advance these initiatives. The Prime Minister was accompanied by his wife, Dr. Zubaydah Rahman. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has urged the authorities of telecom operator Banglalink to consider reducing the price of internet. He made the call when Augie Fabella, chairman of VION, the parent company of Banglalink, paid a courtesy call on him at the Prime Minister's office at সংসদ Bhavan this morning. Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology and Science and Technology Minister Fakir Mahbub Anam, Prime Minister's advisor on Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology and Science and Technology, Rehan Asif Asad, VION board member Michelle Sweting, and Banglalink Chief Executive Officer, CEO Johan Hendrik Martinez Bus was present at the meeting. During the meeting, they discussed making digital services more accessible and affordable for all. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman also asked the Banglalink authorities to take steps to make smartphones available to customers at more affordable prices. Mustafa Monowar, one of Bangladesh's most distinguished cultural icons, a recipient of the prestigious Ekushe Padak, passed away this morning at Square Hospital in Dhaka. He was 90. The former Director General of Bangladesh Television had been undergoing treatment at the hospital for an extended period due to age-related health complications. Monwar's death marks the end of an era in Bangladesh's cultural landscape. He was widely regarded as a cultural pioneer whose contributions spanned television, theatre and the broader art scene. His tenure as Director General of Bangladesh Television was particularly notable for his efforts to elevate programming quality and nurture emerging talent. President Mohammad Shahabuddin expressed profound grief over the demise of the veteran artist. In a condolence message, he described Monowar as a towering figure whose contributions to the nation's cultural heritage would be remembered for generations. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman also expressed deep shock and sorrow at the death of the eminent artist. In a condolence message, Prime Minister said Monwar's passing has created a significant void in the country's art and cultural arena, one that would not be easily filled. The Prime Minister added that the nation will always remember his contributions with profound respect and that Monowar's works and ideals will continue to inspire future generations. He prayed for the eternal peace of the departed soul and conveyed his deep sympathy to the bereaved family. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shopun and State Minister Yasir Khan Chaudhry also issued separate statements mourning the loss. They highlighted Monowar's invaluable role in shaping the country's television industry and his unwavering dedication to promoting Bengali culture and heritage. Bangladesh Television, Fine Arts Faculty of the University of Dhaka, National Press Club, along with various cultural organizations across the country, expressed deep sorrow at the passing of Mustafa Monowar. Tributes poured in from colleagues, students and admirers who remember him as a mentor and a visionary. According to family sources, the first namaz-e-janaza of Mustafa Monowar will be held at the BTV campus in Rampura at 9 a.m. tomorrow, followed by a second janaza at the Central Shahid Minar. The International Crimes Tribunal 2 is set to deliver its verdict tomorrow in the Crimes Against Humanity case against former Minister Hassanul Haq Inu. According to official sources, the tribunal led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry on June the 22nd fixed this date for the judgment announcement. The case stems from allegations that Inu, currently in custody, is responsible for the killing of 6 people in Kushtia during the July 2024 protests, commonly referred to as the July Mass Uprising. Court sources confirmed that the prosecution had concluded their arguments on May the 14th. The defense team has also completed their submissions, with both sides presenting their cases before the tribunal. Inu remains the sole accused in this case and is currently being held in prison. On now to international news.